I am DYANAROZAY, and I bring a unique commentary to your favorite reality TV shows and whatever is popping on social media. If you are not a subscriber, please become one. Hit that notification bell too, that way you don't miss any of my videos. I go by DYANAROZAY on all platforms, and I appreciate every single one of y'all for rocking with me. What's up, Supreme Team? Welcome to the channel, child. We got some things to talk about, okay? Everybody grab yourself a drink, some Don Julio. We about to act a foolio, all right? Call my phone. That's how you do me, ho. We doing the whole thing. Make sure that y'all come on in. If you can hear the sound of my voice, drop your side dish in the chat. Drop whatever you are drinking into the chat. We got things to talk about, okay? Welcome, cousins. Nice to have you at the cookout. Nice to have y'all. Come on in. Child, take the poll at the top of the chat, okay? Take the poll at the top of the chat, too. I see the corn and the cob is in the house. Welcome. My sister Clone is here. What's up, Miss Clone? She is my real sister. We got the same mama, same daddy. Make sure that y'all follow her instruction, child, because I know that people are going to come over here acting crazy. I don't mind if people have different opinions. That's cool. Just do not go after anybody in this chat. Okay? Don't go after me. That's all I ask, is that everybody act like they pay the cable bill and the cable bill does not pay them. Okay? Y'all know we are watching television. Mind your P's and Q's, have a good time, dance, listen to music, eat whatever you like, drink whatever you like. Mi casa es su casa. Hello. Take the poll. I want to know whose side are you on. At the end of last night's episode of Love and Marriage Huntsville, Destiny Payton, and Tisha Scott got into it. And yeah, from what I'm understanding, it's only going to get worse from here. That is what has been said, that it's going to get worse before it gets better. And it's unfortunate because it started off as something really petty. However, it just goes to show you, when they thought they were squashing the beef, when both of them were saying, I'm over it, they weren't over it. And it basically just kept festering. And that was the explosion last night. So we're going to talk about it, okay? Anyway, I appreciate every single one of y'all for coming through and hanging out. Welcome, you guys. I do want to talk about, y'all know, I do this before every live. I do talk about either beauty or lifestyle. And this time we're going to talk about beauty. It is the Rock. What is this called? A derm correction stick. The Rock derm correction stick. I really did buy it. Here it is. I really bought it. I really use it. This is actually my third purchase of this product. And you put it on your skin, on your neck, on your chest, on your hands, wherever you see fine lines and wrinkles. It'll smooth out your skin and make you look cute. Okay? So a lot of people see results after one use. Some people, it takes about 4 weeks, but the skin gets better and better after every use. It does have real retinol in it. So you want to make sure you wear some sort of, SPF when you are out in the sun. We are in the summertime, child. Put on a hat, protect your skin. Okay. And if you're interested in buying, there is a shopping cart that will pop up on your screen if you're on the phone, and you can tap it. It'll take you right over to buy. And if you are on your computer, it's right under the menu bar. Okay. So all I ask is y'all give me a little credit by purchasing this product, or hit the like button also, also hit the like button and all the things. Okay, come on in. I saw one of my members up here. Hey, Deidre. She has the red rice and beans from San Antonio. I used to live in San Antonio. Yes, it is some of the best, okay? Some of the best tacos I ever had. They used to have these taco stands called Taco Cabana. Oh my goodness, what a time to be alive, child. I enjoy. I've lived a little bit of everywhere, but I did love them damn taco cabanas. I ain't gonna lie. 2 in the morning, you coming home from the club or something, baby? Hit the spot. Come on in. What's up, Belicious? What's up, Felicia Forever? Nice to have you. Let's see. I put it on at night. At night, follow the instructions on the bottle. You said I try to like Tisha, but she's her mother's daughter. Well, let's get into it, y'all. Y'all act like people's feelings. You know, people have feelings, damn it. Sometimes people hold on to things, sometimes they don't. Sometimes people think that their way of being funny, oh, everybody should understand my sense of humor and my jokes. Not everybody understand your sense of humor and jokes. And to be honest, they were both given the same energy at one point, but we'll get there because y'all know I like to watch everybody's shit. Okay. And by that, I mean on TV. This has nothing to do with anybody on YouTube. But sometimes people be thinking they're joking. Well, you should just know. I don't know. I don't know. And especially when you know something bothers me. So Tisha did something that bothered Destiny that put her on guard. And Destiny's done some that bothered Tisha that put her on guard. And now these two people have come, you know, bumping heads and really saying, I don't trust you. That's really what this is about. I don't trust you. We're going to get there. Okay. But anyways, thank everybody for coming in. Hit the like button, share the video. Please and thank you. And let's talk about what's going on. Opening with Destiny and Kimmy. Now, this little ass scene between Destiny and Kimmy, who would have thunk that it was going to explode the way it did with the other things? But literally, they are meeting up just to do a scene. Y'all know they do filler scenes, right? People know this, that there's filler scenes that sometimes you have to set the scene up and you bring people in to talk about stuff so that you can keep these conversations moving. And then when they do have real conversation about something, you can look back on things. It's piece by piece. I don't know what it is, why we keep thinking that we're not watching a produced show or a show that gets edited, but we are, and we all know this, right? So they have this scene where Destiny shows up at Kimmy's brokerage. Well, this is the first Black brokerage, I believe, in Alabama, which is a huge coup for Kimmy and Maurice over there. That's a big deal. It's a big deal anywhere. I think they said there's only maybe 1, 2, 3 in Atlanta, and this is a majority Black city. So I don't think there's that many. So having a Black person having their own brokerage firm is a big deal. And Destiny gets to talk about that at this little meeting with Kimmy. Wow, I'm here. And Kimmy saying things like, you know what? This is what we do. This is our business piece, right? We're all in real estate. I've worked with a little bit of everybody except for Chris Fletcher. That's the only person that I didn't work with. But outside of that, we all are doing big things here. We are all in business. This is the conversation that they're rolling about. Destiny actually ends up coming there to hand her some paperwork. Perhaps Destiny's, the brokerage firm that Destiny works for, this is how they're playing it. The brokerage firm that Destiny works for, Kimmy needed some paperwork, so Destiny decided to drop it by. Y'all should know that that's a fluff piece, right? Nobody needs to be told that. I'm just sharing it because all of a sudden everybody's losing their damn mind. Come on in. Hey, Erica, nice to have you. Anyway, then they move into some other conversation after Kimmy says, you know, the only person I haven't worked with was Chris. She also makes the conversation, child, him losing his fucking license is crazy. And I can't believe it, because out of everybody in Huntsville, when it came to Black brokerage, or he had a broker's license, not a broker firm, but Black brokers, Black people in the real estate game, Chris Fletcher was the cream de la creme. I mean, there's only this many of us. And Destiny pushed her hands even closer. She was like, this many, if you want to get on, tell the truth about it. And she was like, yeah. She was like, so, you know, I just find it so crazy. And, you know, my heart goes out to Nell when she was telling us about it. But I'm not comfortable. Even though we've had that conversation and she shared things, I'm not comfortable with reaching out, calling her, asking her if she's okay. So if you could, maybe you can send my regards because I just don't know. And Destiny was like, well, you should be able to. And Kimmy says off screen that hell, I'm not gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? I just don't feel like that would be appropriate. Anyway, from there, Kimmy ends up talking to Destiny about Tisha. How are things going with you and Tisha? Y'all seem to work things out at Taco Tuesday. But even before that, even after that, they did go to Detroit together. And so I guess she's just trying to test the feels with Destiny. Is everything still okay with y'all? Because your relationship has been kind of crazy. Y'all go from being cool to not cool in a blink of an eye. And Destiny said, well, I think we're in a good place, but really, Tisha, I don't know how to take Tisha sometimes. I sit down, I think we're good, and then we'll be laughing, talking, drinking, having a good old time. And out of nowhere, she'll be like, I'm mad at you. I'm mad at you, right? And you could tell that Destiny is I just want to say this about Destiny too. Destiny's energy is really different. I'm an energy reader. So sometimes you can just tell when somebody is in a different space for things. And it could be for a lot of things. There might be some personal shit that's going on that is keeping her in a different mood in her head. But she's like, there's only so much I can take with Tisha. Come on in, everybody. Hey there, Kevin. Nice to have you. But she's in a different place. But she says this to Kimmy. I don't know who I'm going to get. I mean, she's like assorted chocolates. You might get a good piece, and then you're going to get a whole bunch of fucking bad pieces. At this point, I'm just trying to be cool. Now, when Destiny says this to Kimmy says, it's interesting you should say that because that's who the fuck you were to all of us when you were new to this group. Your tone was out of pocket the majority of the time. And then when we started meeting your ass where you were at, that's when you piped the fuck down. That's what Kimmy says to Destiny. Girl, I'm happy that this is a new mature you. Happy to see it. But that's not who you always were. You don't remember popping off about any fucking thing, anytime, anywhere. Anybody could get it. Dragged from Alabama to Atlanta, on over to LA. That was you. That was you. And you are asking everybody for grace. So just maybe think about the fact that maybe somebody got something heavy on their plate that they got to deal with. Because that's really what she was saying. In the same way people offered you grace, despite the fact we may not have all known what was going on with you, you were still offered grace. Maybe it's time to offer her some grace. You know what I'm saying? Without saying it, you got to read between the lines. Welcome, everybody. Come on in. I appreciate y'all. Grab a drink, get some food. Okay, do all the things. We are here to talk about this episode. But anyway, when it was all said and done, they laughed, they giggled about it. Destiny said, I hope people really didn't think that I was just upset. Yes, girl. We all thought you were upset. We all talked about it. She said, people who really know me know that that's not how I intend for information to come out. Anyway, come on in. Oh, Bad. Welcome. Bad is another one of my members. Y'all know I love to shout out my members. Thank y'all for supporting. Come on in. Anyway, that's how it ended. But I wanted to put that entire thing out there because this is how quickly can shift. This is how quickly things can shift on God, right? In your real life or on TV. Does not matter. Anyway, let's talk about Ken and Will. Got to rub my temples for a second. Ken and Will meet up at the Flying Biscuit, one of my favorite breakfast spots. Okay, they have Flying Biscuits all over here in Atlanta. Delicious. Anyway, Ken goes to meet, is it Will? Will goes to meet Ken over there at the Flying Biscuit in Alabama. And Ken looked like he lost weight. He seemed like he was bigger before, but he said he ain't been working out and he's getting flabby. I don't know. He looked like he lost weight. He had a close cropped haircut, which is, a little different for him. Anyway, he looks mischievous. You know what I'm saying? He looked like he's been doing something dirty. From the second the camera lands on him, he got 2 hooped earrings on, gold. Is that the style? Is that the style? There was so much going on. My eyes didn't know where to land, okay? But he is sitting there with these damn little gold hoop earrings on, and he just looked like he's been in, I don't know, an ocean of punani. I don't know. It just looked like he got stuff going on. But Will meets him, and he says to him that, I want to have a real conversation with you. You asked me to meet you in Nashville, I think is what he says. You asked me to meet you in Nashville, which I did. But when I got there, you were with another woman, not Trisha. Okay? I don't know why he said I got something to tell you and I'm gonna speak my mind and I don't know how you're gonna feel about it. I was like, well, what kind of relationship do y'all got where this has to be so sensitive to discuss? If he was with another woman and he invited your ass there so you can see it with your own eyes, why is this conversation being had in this way? That it put me off. I didn't know what that was about. I didn't know what it was about. Anyway, he tells him that, he was, I guess, shocked by that. What's going on with you? I thought it was you and Trisha to the end. All of this conversation is not making sense because absolutely everybody since the beginning of this season has said that Trisha and Ken have been on and off, including Trisha and Ken. They've been on and off, that they have been seeing other people. Like, all of this seems like it shouldn't be a secret. I don't know why it seems like such a shock to Will's system when he himself said, I don't really like her for you. y'all fuck with each other too much. Y'all fight too much. But after saying that, Ken said, yeah, I'm with this new girl. She's a traveling nurse. We've only been together for about a month and a half. Will says, well, what do you like about her? I mean, is she better than Trisha? Yeah. She's real pretty, more feminine. Trisha, don't let this motherfucker play on your top like this. More feminine, more pretty. And she's softer. She's softer. She don't care she don't care how things look. She baby me all day. I don't have to take care of her. She don't ask me for nothing. What the fuck? What is going on? What is going on? So dirty. Anyway, Will is like, well, when did all this happen? What y'all got going on? You know what I'm saying? And then he says, well, does Trisha know about it? Oh, Trisha know. Someone took a picture of us outside and sent it to her. And then Trisha ended up addressing me about it. And I'm going to be honest. Trisha embarrasses me. You know what I'm saying? She does things to embarrass me. So I wasn't trying to hide it from her. How old is this man? I wasn't trying to hide it from her. But she did find out, and I was kind of interested in how she was going to handle it. So she showed me her phone and showed me the picture and asked me if, what it was about. And I can't deny it. I mean, you got the picture, but that's it. That's all she did. Okay, what did you want her to do? So just like Marceau said last episode, whenever y'all were at Lance's party, the two of y'all be playing games with each other to see who is going to make somebody feel emotion, I guess. And really, that's what it sounds like he was saying. I wanted her to know I was with another woman to see how she would react. Someone that didn't look like her, that was prettier than her, that was more feminine than her. somebody that had their shit together and didn't ask for anything. This is what he's saying to Will out loud. This is coming out of his mouth. Someone who initially said, she's a good girl. I like Trisha. She doesn't want for anything. You know, da, da, da. These are the things you were saying, that you love to be a part of that family, that you loved her children, because you're embarrassing them too. You know what I'm saying? If this isn't a clean break. But he's saying all of this. And then Will had to kind of talk sense into him. Because he was like, well, do you miss anything about it? Well, yeah, there's things that I do miss. You know, we used to have fun together. But, you know, we on a break. And Will was like, well, you know, as long as you realize that if you're on a break, whether it's 1 day, 2 days, or 3 weeks, if that woman wakes up in the morning and says, I don't fuck with you no more, that's what it is. There's nothing you should expect from her if this is what you're doing on the outside. And this is coming from Will. And he was like, yeah, you know what? That's true. You got a point. Yes. And then he said something about Trisha doesn't show emotion. Trisha doesn't show me any emotion. And Will said, well, it could be internalized. Again, Will is speaking sense. It could be internalized because of the shit you said to me. The girl holds a lot of trauma. So sometimes it might not just come the hell out when you want it to come out. Maybe it comes out later. You know, when she has something in her hand and she starts making sharp stabbing motions like this. You know what I'm saying? But that's Will talking sense into him. And he was like, that's true. Yeah, it probably is internalized because that's what she does. Well, when did you forget? You're the one who said it. You're the one who said you were up to the challenge to be there for her. Anyway, the whole shit caught me off guard. I didn't know what I was watching. It seems so night and day different from the scenes that we had been getting previously. You went from fighting to be a part of her life to being, you know, trying to figure things out to, fuck it. I done found another woman. It is what it is. Who cares? Anyway, moving on. That was the gist of it, okay? Now let's talk Tisha and Marcelo. Tisha and Marcelo are on a date. They are finally in the same car. Marcelo has that same exact ride. With the red, I think it's a red interior. I think it was black before. Maybe he painted it like a silver or a gray, but I believe it was black before, red interior. Anyway, it's the car that he got into a wreck with, if I'm not mistaken, when he was on his way up to the mountain to meet the boys. And Martell was talking about he was being accused of having a woman in the car. That's the car I believe he was driving, okay? Anyway, yes. I see them comments, child. I'm going to stay out the comments today, though. Anyway, Tisha and Marcelo are in that car, and Tisha has on her Serena Williams garb, this white, you know, tennis hat and shirt and little skirt on. Like I said, y'all know Tisha likes to show off all the pow when she gets out the car. Marcelo is wearing his white jogging pant, one leg up, like he's whatever golfer out there. Anyway, they talk a little bit about the kids and their son being at college. And Tisha said, you know, she thought he was going to be the next golf player. And Marcelo was like, what is wrong with you? Everybody knows that boy can't play golf. Tisha, come on, give me a break. But anyways, after that, Tisha ends up telling Marcelo that Kimmy talked to her about a conversation Kimmy and Destiny had earlier in the show. Now, again, you would think that that conversation was nothing to repeat. Nothing. And even if you did repeat it, the way Kimmy ended it would be probably the main part. Destiny, I don't know what you're going through, and I'm happy you're over the hump. But don't forget, there was a time and place when your ass was doing something similar. Okay? If not, maybe worse. You know what I'm saying? And it's just a reminder. That's what friends are there for, to remind you sometimes when you get too far in your head, like, bitch, this is who I am right now. Somebody need to just come through and say, baby, there was a whole bunch of people who loved you through that. Because that's what friends do. But Tisha tells Marcelo, I don't know what the fuck's going on with Destiny, but she's over there talking about me to Kimmy. And Marcelo was like, and She was like, well, she's basically saying that she doesn't like me as a friend, or I'm, something about I'm acting out as a friend. And Marcel said, well, Tisha, didn't you put Destiny in that I don't trust that whole box? And she said, but I was joking. He said, that's not a joke. And it's not. It's not a joke. But he said, listen, you throw something accidentally in the trash, it's trash. It goes out with the trash. It's going to meet the damn trash truck. It's going to get grinded like it's trash, whether it's accident, joke, or not. Once you throw it in there, that's what it is. So, maybe you should be mindful about where this shit is going to, because both of y'all might be super sensitive about your friendship, but you both keep poking the fucking bear. Okay? So you're surprised by some shit you called out already. Whatever you didn't like about her, you said it out loud, and it wasn't a joke, even if you think it was a joke. As your husband, I'm telling you, the shit wasn't funny. All true. All true. Okay? But anyway, Tisha's scratching her head like she doesn't get it. Which I don't know why not, because you're going to have those same prickly, sensitive ass feelings at the end of the show when Destiny tells you how she feels about you. So you're both being prickly sensitive about the shit. But anyway, wrapping it up, Marcel basically says, listen, you put the girl in the box already, and I have to put Chris Fletcher in a brand new box. And Tisha said, I wasn't aware that motherfucker was in a box. And he said, oh yeah, everybody I deal with gets put in a box. And sometimes I have to rearrange y'all. Okay, y'all might start in a box over here, but I might have to put you over here or behind me. Whatever the case may be, Chris Fletcher is in a brand new box. And then they start discussing the Fletchers. And he said, listen, baby, I already told you I was going to meet up with Chris, and I did. And I let him know, you pulled me aside. You told me you wanted to work with me. You and your wife sat me the fuck down. Questioned me about what type of person I was in business, like I couldn't be trusted, wanting to know my ethics. And then out of the blue, I get told about your ethics actually being questioned by a board who snatched your shit from you, took it because your ethics was so foul, right? So he's telling all this to Tisha, and he said, Chris had the nerve to tell me, hey, Miss Stormy, nice to have you. You said Marcel got a nice swing. Yeah. Marcel out there playing golf, letting people know I do this not just for pleasure, okay, but for business. But yeah, he said that Chris let him know he don't owe him a motherfucking thing. And Tisha was like, he said, oh yeah. And then Tisha said, well, Chris is kind of right. Okay. She said, baby, Chris is actually right. When he put it like that, y'all didn't do business together. Y'all don't have anything going on. So yeah, maybe it is none of your motherfucking business. And maybe he doesn't owe you anything, right? And Marcel looks at Tisha like she is an alien from another planet. Marcel looked at Tisha like she was an alien from another planet. He was like, why? And he's wearing glasses, and he looked at Tisha like, why would you say that? And in confessional, he says, Tisha, I would expect you to side with the person who's right in this situation. And it happens to be your damn husband. And Tisha shook her head, no, you're not right. Anyway, long story short, Marcel and Tisha basically say that they got a lot of friends that they got to reevaluate. There's a lot of people out here that they got to reevaluate, including his brother, Maurice, because Maurice is out here threatening to sue him over that damn Jordan Lane project. He said, my assumption is Kimmy got on his head about it. And now he's out here talking about he's going to sue me. And Tisha's like, what? He said, and I told him his slimy lawyer, whatever he called him, he's a slimy lawyer. I let his ass know, sue me if you want to, you're going to lose. And Tisha was like, Marcel, you went too far calling him a slimy lawyer. And now he's looking at Tisha again like, who the fuck did I marry? Who are you, Tisha? She went, I just think that was a low blow. He said, and telling me he's going to sue me wasn't a low blow. Oh my God, I have to reevaluate you every 30 minutes, girl. I don't know who you are in this lifetime. Okay. Anyway, yes, she did tell him that her and Nell Fletcher made up, and all of it was like, what is going on in Marceau's head? Because he likes to keep Tisha on the straight and narrow. Come home, cry the blues to me about whatever it is, so I can know exactly what y'all talking about and what y'all got going on. Okay. Anyway, the shit was funny. It was another fluff scene, but y'all know y'all gotta add these scenes in to do what they supposed to do. All right. Tisha ends up saying that she's gonna address Destiny. Let me say this part. Tisha does say, I'm gonna address Destiny about the shit that she told Kimmy. And Marceau said, you, just so you know, Tisha, you are on the board at the school. You got this going on. You got that going on. Do not make this a moment that's embarrassing for us, for the community, for you. I don't want to be doing business deals and have somebody say to me, oh, I heard about what your wife did, blah, 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 blah. And Tisha said, listen, don't start nothing, won't be nothing. I'm going to give her the same energy she gives me. Marceau said, no. That's important. Marceau said, Tisha, no. Handle yourself appropriately. Because she's not. Anyway, after all of that, come on in. You said the two did a reverse, and I agree with Tisha. Okay, so Destiny and Nell Fletcher meet up at some sort of spa to do a detox treatment, right? A detox treatment. Y'all, I really am going completely from memory until we get to this last scene because I didn't take a whole bunch of notes. I had other going on. So they end up meeting up. They do a little chit chat. Y'all know the regular small talk. I got this business I'm opening up, whatever Nell Fletcher's boutique is. And then, whatever Destiny talking about, I guess, open house or something like that. Maybe that's what she was saying. Anyway, Nell Fletcher ends up telling Destiny that she did meet up with Tisha and things went really well, to her surprise. And Destiny responds to Nell, do you think it was genuine? Just an FYI, because again, Destiny and Tisha are saying the same exact shit about each other. If that's your friend and somebody says, I met up with Tisha, we had a talk, it went well. I don't know if my next words would be, was it genuine? You think she was genuine? Because why are you questioning that? But Destiny is questioning it. Was that meeting you had with Tisha genuine? You think she was genuine? And Nell Fletcher said, I think so. I mean, how she handled herself at Lance's party was pretty cool. Asking me if I was okay, how she handled it. And then she asked me to, meet up with her. So yeah, I do. Destiny said, oh, well, that's good. Oh, that's cool. So then Nell Fletcher says, I'm really hoping that me and Tisha can stay cool because her husband and Fletcher got the fuck into it. And Destiny makes a face. I mean, I don't know what she was doing before, but she tilted her head like, got into it. Like that shocked the shit out of her. And she said, oh yeah, they got into it. And she explains the reason why. Marceau asked to meet up with Fletcher and ended up, about him losing his license. And Destiny was like, yeah. And she's like, and at the end of it, he basically, told him, your license is for the community. And, you should have came to me and shared this with me. And when he told him, you should have shared it with me, Fletcher said, who the fuck are you? I don't have to share anything with you. The whole time, Destiny's eyeballs looked as like marbles wanted to roll out of her head. She's like, God damn, did they fight like that? She said, oh yeah. And then at the end of it, Marceau said some shit that I actually agreed with. Now Destiny is like, You gotta tell me what the fuck Marceau said that you would agree with. So again, I just want to point out, if you are somebody watching these scenes back, this is the stuff that's going to sit inside of you, Destiny, because I don't know, maybe you just seem too interested in the crazy shit. You know what I'm saying? But Destiny said, bitch, tell me what could have come out of Marceau's flibber flobbers that you agreed with. Nell said, I was shocked too, but the part where he said Chris's license was for the community. I do believe that what Chris was doing in our community, you know what I'm saying, had a certain weight to it. He was a pillar, okay? And so, yes, what he did affected a whole lot of people. And Destiny was like, oh, okay, this is some shit. This is how they done flipped the script over there. Destiny, Tisha fall out, but Nell, Fletcher, and Tisha still cool. It was a complete and total flip. Anyway, after that, Destiny was saying, I sure do hate that what went down with Chris went down, right? Me and Kimmy were talking about it. And this is why I love Nell Fletcher. Me and Kimmy were talking about it, and she was saying that she wanted me to send my regards to you about Chris losing his license. And she was even saying she was afraid to give you a call because she didn't think that y'all were close enough, even though you were the one who shared it with her. And Nell Fletcher said, she right. We ain't close enough. She did the right thing, not contacting me. And Destiny said, well, what if she had questions? I mean, she was asking me a bunch of questions, and I said that she should ask you. And Nell Fletcher said, no, if you got questions and I don't fuck with you like that, then keep them to yourself. Don't ask me shit. Destiny is sitting there again like, who are you people? I said, Destiny, come on. You know Nell Fletcher was going to say that. That's exactly how anybody would put it. You and I might have talked for a second. That doesn't mean you need to ring my phone to ask me anything about my personal life. I told y'all to stay out of my business. And she said, I still mean that shit. I might have said some things to y'all. Let it go in one ear and out the other. Don't go questioning me about anything that has to do with this. This is way too sensitive for you to be calling my phone and asking me questions. I'm not going to take it as genuine. I promise. Anyway, shocked the hell out of Destiny. She says she should keep them questions to herself. And that's how the scene ended, which was absolutely fantastic. I loved it. I loved it. I loved it. Come on in. Come on in. You said Destiny felt like she was waking up from a weird dream. Yes, baby. Destiny's facial expressions are priceless. Destiny was sitting there like, who are these people? Girl, where are you right now? What happened something straight has moved Destiny into a whole nother place. She's operating on a completely different level than the rest of them. Okay. Either way, stay cool with Nell Fletcher because she's keeping everybody straight as far as I'm concerned. Anyway, let's talk about Marceau and his daughter, Macy. Oh my God. Yes. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. That Macy is such a cutie. She looks like Tisha and Marcel. It just depends on their facial expressions. And she really looks like, you could see that that's what Wanda looked like when she was a child, because she has the same, her eyes, how Wanda has those real big eyes, big almond shaped eyes, her cheekbones. She has her grandmother's head. You know what I'm saying? Her face. Anyway, Marcel comes pulling up in the front yard with this big ass lawnmower. And he starts screaming for his oldest daughter, Macy. Macy, come out here, Mace. And she comes walking outside with this big red t-shirt on and these little short shorts. And Marcel said, Macy, where's your clothes? Where's your pants at, Mace? She said, I am wearing pants. Macy, where's your pants? And then he just has to shake it off like all daddies do. Child, she's a teenager. Ain't shit you can do about them pants. Ain't nothing you can do with them pants, okay? It's done. So then he goes, Macy, look, Now that your brother is off to college, I've been listening to what you and your mom have been saying about gender roles. And you know what? Y'all on to something. We need to drop them damn gender roles as of today. I'm going to need your ass to learn how to cut the grass and do all the stuff that your brother was doing. That's what I want you to do now, okay? That you guys were on to something when y'all asked me to stop putting the gender role thing. I'm finished with it, right? And Macy is sitting there like giggling, laughing it up. She was like, no, you need to be the man of the house like you are. Like she's holding his hand, he's holding hers. They go back and forth a little bit. It was a super cute little moment. Anyway, I said that you can tell that Macy really is a daddy's girl. When Marceau says certain things, her eyes light up like she is just smitten with her father. And he tells her that. He tells her that basically. But he says, listen, he says that I want to talk to you about the boys you're dating. You know what I'm saying? Really, he's trying to let her know you're in a space right now, Macy, where you are going to appear like older boys are going to be attracted to you, even though your ass might be in middle school, right? Older boys are going to look at you and you're a beautiful young girl, but under no circumstances should you entertain a boy in high school. Everything that a father would tell you as a girl growing up. This is exactly the father-daughter conversations you want your daddy to have. And he said, Macy, I'm serious. A boy in high school has no business messing with a middle schooler. Okay, I don't know if I think she might be like in the 7th grade or whatever. But he said, no circumstances. And I want you to understand, if those things happen, come talk to me, because that is on a different level. Now, that did remind me of something, because when I was in school, there was a older kid who used to follow me all the time. He could drive. And I remember the school, like they had like school officers. This boy would pull up waiting for me to come outside. And they would be like, the school officer would be like, I would say his name, but he could be watching, go home. And then when I got to high school, that motherfucker was still in high school. Kid you not. We were in English class, and I'll say the teacher's name. Her name was Mrs. Reeser. That boy was in the back of the class, flirting, doing all kinds of things with me. I remember we was doing some sort of poetry, and he wrote some poem. That was his last day. Whatever he said in that damn poem, that was the last day he was in my class. Mrs. Reeser went on down to the office and said, that girl is a child compared to that boy. Get his ass up out of my class before something happens, okay? And that was it. That was his last time in English. And I don't even think we were there for 2 weeks, and she had him removed. But yes, just so you know, people got to pay attention to that. Them old kids, they will definitely try to put their, teeth into them little kids. Clone, you know who I'm talking about. Anyway, Marceau tries to tell her what's going on. He said, Macy, when you get much older, 45, 46, 47, you're going to start thinking about dating and getting married. And she was like, 47? You mean in college? He went, Macy, humor me. I'm talking about when you get much older. She went, you and mom got married in college. He said, Macy, I was already graduated from college, okay? Girl, get your mind right. I'm trying to tell you right now, under no circumstances do you date an older boy. And then he said, what type of boys do you like? Nerds? And she was like, yeah, kind of. He went, do you like them to be bald-headed, funny, and smart like your daddy? She started laughing. Then she made this face like, no, no, I do not. And I was like, oh my goodness. Anyway, it was just a super cute scene. And we need to have more scenes with the family so that we can see a very balanced part of some of the crazy stuff that be going on. Because at the end of the day, these people have real families, and it just helps. It's a nice way to see everybody. It's a nice way to see everything play out. You said he was outside with no shoes on and white socks. I didn't see that part, child, but I trust you. But anyways, kudos to them for doing that. You could just tell that little Macy, she actually appreciates her daddy's advice. Now let's just hope that she takes it, because he's not lying. But I can tell he's gonna keep a firm eye on her. Okay, he already said that she had dated some boy and had a little bit of a heartbreak, and how it broke his heart. But now I think he just got to keep his eyes on her. You know what I mean? All right, now let's talk about Trisha and her good friend Sharon. Child, these two meet up at a sewing shop. There's a whole lot of stuff to do over there in Alabama, for Pete's sake. Everybody got a shop. Anyway, they go to sew. Apparently, Sharon likes to sew a lot, and Trisha said that's also a hobby of hers. She sews a lot of her daughter's dance outfits. I was like, damn, who knew y'all had all this talent? Okay, everybody wants to know how to sew and not always get a chance to do so. Anyway, Lord have mercy. They're called filler scenes. Filler scenes. It's conversations that they have to let you guys know that everything isn't about drama, even though that's all people want until they get it. And then when they get it, oh my God, when the fuck did I watch it? Like, it's just a way to balance some of the stuff that we watch on the show. Just balance the show, okay? Anyway, Trisha meets up with Sharon, and they have their little talk about Trisha and Ken not being together anymore. So she lays it on her, Trisha. And again, every single scene that Trisha and Ken have been in this season has been their on again, off again relationship. We're broken up. We just got back together. We broken up again. You went to see Dr. Francis to see what it's going to look like moving forward. He's moved out, all the things. But I'm assuming that Sharon is not supposed to know anything. So anyway, Trisha lets her know, listen, we are on another break, and it may be for good this time, because this motherfucker's outside dating somebody. Now, again, when they sat down with Marceau at Lance's party, Marceau said, I like you both. Y'all both have had real, good things to say about each other, but both of y'all are doing a whole bunch of bullshit to see if you can get the other one to react. This is what Marceau says. Trisha says he's outside, he's with another woman. And Sharon was asking her, did y'all agree to this? Because y'all, usually when y'all say y'all on breaks or whatever, it's supposed to be, y'all trying to figure it out. But now you're both outside. And Trisha lets her know, well, yeah, I guess so, because when he was out there doing his thing with another woman, and I asked him about it, he lied to me. Even though in the scene that Ken has with Will, he said, well, she showed me the picture, so I had to say, I didn't lie. I told her, yeah. Trisha said, he fucking lied to me and said that it wasn't, who you gonna believe, me or your lying ass eyes? Okay, take your pick. And she said, when I said I was outside, I was honest. I am dating somebody else. And my problem with Ken right now is that he's always presented himself to me as a stand-up guy that doesn't lie. I stand on my word. And I'm really shocked to see this, Ken. So Sharon's listening, and she's like, cool. Anyway, Trisha said, I've cut off all communication with him. He is not allowed to contact me with nothing, okay? Because at this point, he is a muscle neck liar, period, okay? But Trisha said, that's not all. We get very disrespectful in our arguments now. Not that they weren't before, but we get very disrespectful in our arguments. So now that I've had this break, I can see that maybe we weren't as together as we were supposed to be. And Sharon says to Trisha, you need to stop letting that man use you as a fucking bed warmer. If he is out there with another woman, someone better, someone finer, someone softer, then let his ass stay outside, even if it doesn't work out. Stop letting him come back to you when things don't work out with whatever he has going on. And she said, funny you said that. Yep, because he likes to come back. And then Trisha said, listen, I love him. which shocks the shit out of Sharon. Sharon's like, oh, I've never heard you say that. It's interesting that you would say that. She was like, well, I don't know why, but yeah, I do love him. I love Ken. I love Ken. And I guess she's had a little moment to think about it, because Ken and everybody else has said that Trisha has treated him like, when it comes to her feelings, she acts like an alien. But she says, I do love him. And if it's meant to be, she hopes that Ken circles back around her way. That's what she just said after Sharon just told her, don't let that motherfucker back in. If y'all done, let it be done. Stop letting him go out there and see who he can see and then come back to you. But she said, I love him. And if it's meant to be, it'll circle back around, and I'll give it that 18th, 19th, 20th shot, that 20th try. I don't know. Okay. All right. But anyway, that's how that scene ends. Now let's talk about Destiny and Tisha. Where did it all go wrong? Okay. Oh boy. All right. So listen, I did take meticulous notes for this. So let me grab my phone. So Tisha said earlier that Destiny had an open house and that she had sent out emails letting people know that this is her open house, gave them the address. You know what I'm saying? And this is important because when Tisha shows up, she's carrying a bottle of wine. Actually, a bottle of champagne, she said. I don't know if it was their signature champagne, but she has a little wine bag that she's carrying, and she walks up to the house. Now, like I told y'all, this is an open house. Destiny's inside. The house looks beautiful. I do not think that it had anything to do with one of Martell's home. This is somebody else's home entirely. Anyway, while Tisha's walking up to the house, the open house, Tisha says in confessional that if Destiny fixed her face, her mouth, to talk ish about her to Kimmy, who in the hell knows what else she's been saying about her in these streets? Because now it's a trust issue for Tisha, and every little thing about Destiny is pissing her off at this point. You're talking to my sister-in-law like it's not going to get back to me? What do you think? What's going on? You're talking out of pocket. Unfortunately for us, we don't get to see exactly what was said to Tisha, what Kimmy said to Tisha. And I hope we get a flashback, because whatever Tisha's carrying when she walks in this house, it feels like it's too much. You know what I'm saying? But it's just a spillover of things, you can tell. Anyway, when she walks in, Tisha makes it a point of asking, is this your listing? And Destiny said, it's an open house, so yes, it's my listing. But Destiny doesn't like that Tisha asked that. Is this your listing? Destiny's pissed. Just from that alone, Destiny's energy changes. And I don't know if people could pay attention to that, but she seemed like she was okay at first. And then Tisha says, okay, I'll keep my wine then. The wine Tisha brought in the house, she said, I'm keeping. I'll keep my wine then, because I thought this was your list. I thought this was your listing. There's another bitch with a sign in this yard, Destiny. So I'm assuming it's not the wine at the shop. I'm assuming Tisha went and bought some real champagne, some real bubbly somewhere, because she said, I'll keep it if this isn't your listing. And now Destiny is literally like, bitch, what is the problem? They're both giving each other bullshit before they even start the scene. You can see it, okay? Anyway, Destiny looks at Tisha and she says, it is my listing, Tisha. I sell the house. I get the full credit for it. Then she said, and you could tell at this point, she's like, bitch, if you want to keep it a buck, we about to keep it a buck, because Tisha, do not play with me. I am here on screen, finally selling my home, selling something, doing what, and y'all know this is exactly what it is. Tisha and Destiny right now are playing who is going to say what on screen. Destiny wants to be seen as a professional. I'm selling a house. Now Tisha's coming in and saying, but this isn't your house. There's somebody else outside that's selling the house. You're just here for them. And Destiny don't like that shit at all. At all. Tisha throws more shade now. Tisha says, well, congratulations on your first listing. Shade. I don't know if she meant it that way, but Destiny definitely takes it as shade, because now Destiny's like, this isn't my first listing. I've been in the real estate game for damn near a decade, Tisha. Again, we are here to showcase our business, the shit that everybody asks for, but nobody really cares about. I'm here to showcase my business. Why are you trying to rain on my parade by saying this isn't my house? This is my first listing. Like, I've never sold a house before. Like, I haven't been in the real estate game for over 20 years or damn near 20 years. She's hot. And I do mean that. She's hot. Anyway, now Destiny is throwing shade at Tisha. They're both doing it through their professions. Destiny says to Tisha, you've never sold real estate, residential real estate, have you? You've never done that before. Now, y'all know that Tisha has a MRED, a master's in real estate development. Her family business is real estate, whether it's commercial or not. Destiny's basically trying to sun Tisha. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You don't know what this is. They're both getting under each other's skin simply in this first 2 minutes. So Tisha says, listen, you bitch. Because now she's making a face where she's literally sitting back like this. And Tisha said, no, I've not sold residential real estate. Important to distinguish, because Tisha's been beating Marcelo over the head about this damn real estate office. But Destiny said, I can give it as good as you can give it. So, bitch, if you want to start throwing shots about who does what, when, where, we'll both do it. Don't go running up and down town talking about my office and we've been in the business for this long, and then trying to make me seem like I'm a first timer. Don't do that. But they're saying it to each other in a nasty way. And that alone, that first 3 minutes, I was like, the tension is thick as fuck. What are y'all doing? What are y'all doing? The tension is thick. And Tisha does have a master's degree in real estate development. Okay? And they're building houses to sell. And we remember when Marcel was in front of that other house, that fancy little place. I don't even know where that house was, but and I think they just put it on the market. He was supposed to be developing the house, and she's supposed to be selling it. So Destiny's definitely pop right the back. Don't play with me, Tisha. Anyway, in confessional, Tisha said, listen, I'm not sure what the fuck is wrong with Destiny, what's gotten her so upset, but she's a new agent under a new broker. Sometimes she's going to get the grunt work of whatever the senior agents don't want to do. That's on period. This is what, and she's saying this as somebody, because if y'all remember, she said that she asked her niece, or when her and Kimmy were talking, and she said that she had some sort of, I don't know, powwow with some agents in the community so that they can sell that house. This is all the shit that Destiny just basically broke over Tisha's head. Bitch, if you want to break eggs, let's break eggs. You've never even sold a goddamn residential property. And you over here having these little side meetings with 20, 30 brokers in a house, and you don't know nothing about selling a motherfucking house. That was all shade. All shade. And you're welcome, baby. Okay? I don't know. I just happen to have a memory for this kind of shit. But I was like, ooh, they're both going after each other. They're both going after each other. This is all within the same season, too. Anyway, Destiny says, if I sell this motherfucker, this is my money. I get paid for it. I'm not splitting it with no one, and I'm not sure why you're even coming at me like this, but cool. Tisha never took that wine out the bag, baby. She put it right there on the side so she can take it when she leaves, and that's what it is, okay? Now Tisha and Destiny sit down, and because the energy is so testy, it doesn't take much, but I do know that old Destiny Payton damn near came back, okay? Because her entire energy over her face, she literally was like, I'm going to stare this heifer in the eye, and I want her to say something out of pocket because Tisha, I'm not with you today. So when they sit down, Tisha was like, so I hear you've been having meetings with the ladies. Destiny's like, no. What meeting? Like, I met with Nell. Oh yeah, I met with Kimmy. Like, what is it? Because now Destiny's like, why would you even say it to me like that? I hear you've been having meetings with the ladies. What the fuck am I not allowed to talk to anybody, to meet with anybody? Destiny's hot. But she, like I said, she's not giving it to everybody. She's not giving it to her the way she would old school Destiny. Because old school Destiny be like, and what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like she would have before you even started. But now Destiny's letting her get it out. And I have to say, I'm gonna say bravo to Destiny just for that, because we remember how you used to pop, Heifer. That's all I'm gonna say. But Destiny's like, yeah, so I met with Kimmy and Nell Fletcher. So what? Teacher said, well, I met with Nell too, and I understand a lot more about Nell now. You know what she's been going through. When we saw her at Lance's party and she was explaining things, you know, I, it touched my heart, and so I ended up meeting with her, and I understand better why she was popping off. And Destiny's looking her dead in the face. She's not saying anything, but now Destiny's wheels are spinning, and she looks off to the side, and she was like, "Well, yeah, that's pretty much what I was trying to tell your ass." And in her confessional, she says, who the hell is Tisha right now? Because I said the exact same thing to her. I'm not excusing what Nell Fletcher did or said about her, but I said that the woman's going through a lot. So, you know, show her some grace. I don't have to jump down her throat every time she says something out of pocket because I know she's going through some shit. And now you're repeating the very words I said to you like you just heard them right now. So now Destiny's pissed because she's like, bitch, am I on another fucking planet? And I have to say, I understand why that would piss Destiny off, but I'm telling you right now, sometimes there are those people who, when you're trying to explain things to them, they never hear it. All they hear is the what happened to me. And then when it goes down and they get a chance to see it for themselves, they'll repeat every word that came out of your mouth like they just thought of it. There are people like that, child. And it does get on your fucking nerves. I'm not gonna lie. But Tisha says that to Destiny. And or Destiny says that to Tisha, like, well, I was trying to explain it to you, and you didn't seem to get it when I was trying to explain it to you. Anyway, Tisha says, well, I'll say this. Destiny right now is looking for Tisha to actually say, when she said, I tried to explain it to you, Destiny wants Tisha to say, or to acknowledge it. I get it now. I'm sorry that we let things go so funky between us, because things got funky between Destiny and Tisha because of the Nell Fletcher shit. So that's how it all started. But Tisha tells Destiny, I'm not apologizing to you, girl. In so many words, I'm not apologizing to you, Destiny, because I still feel like I'm right when it comes to you and Nell. You were defending her when she came for me. And Destiny, I don't do that to you when I'm in rooms where people are talking cash about you. I don't defend them. I defend your name and your reputation, not theirs. And that's where you went wrong with me. That's the problem I have with you, right? And now Destiny said, give me an example of when I was putting mud on your name, Tisha, because that didn't happen. And Tisha said, well, let's talk about the shit that most recently happened with Kimmy. First, we get the flashback of Destiny and Nell Fletcher sitting and having lunch, and Nell Fletcher saying, Tisha needs to, when it comes to my mother, keep my name out her mouth when it comes to my family. She's sitting here and curious about what I got going on. She needs to keep my name out of her motherfucking mouth. They flash back to that. Destiny just gives big eyes. And she did say something like, do you have to say it like that? And she said, hell yeah, that's exactly how I'm going to say it. Anyway, Tisha said, well, cool. That's the example with Nell Fletcher. But let's talk about what happened most recently. When you were talking to my sister-in-law about me. Tisha said, it's crazy that you would say you didn't know what type of Tisha you're going to get and you're not sure about the friendship. But do you talk about the shit that I've done for you, how I've supported you, Destiny? Instead of saying nasty things about me, why don't you say those things? Because Tisha feels like she has been in the gap for Destiny, giving you things when you needed babysitters, whatever the things are. Tisha doesn't list them, but she's saying to Destiny in this scene, I've been there for you. I have supported you. And these little things that you seem to have a problem with when it comes to me now, the good far outweighs the bad moments, Destiny. So you shouldn't be speaking bad over my name at all in any situation or scenario, period. Destiny said, what did I say? Before I even get an attitude about whatever it is you got going on, Tisha, tell me what the fuck I said that got you all bent up out of shape. And Tisha said, I don't have to tell you. You already know. Ding, 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 ding. Tisha, when you are pissed about something, you're going to have to give the receipt. You're going to have to give it. Oh my God. I was like, who does that? Now Destiny is like, Tisha, if I've said something to piss you off, give me the receipt, heifer. What is this? Destiny said, listen, Tisha, the most I told to Kimmy is that you have friendship Tourette's, okay? And I never know when you're going to be mad. It wasn't said in a bad way. And I don't think it was said in a bad way either, but I'm on the outside looking in, baby. I'm not. When I heard her say it, she was kind of making a joke about it. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I'm mad at you. I'm mad at you. It didn't seem like a lot to put on it. But like I said, Kimmy actually gave more to Destiny for saying it. When she told her, heifer, you used to be very similar, how your tone and how you would handle people. So what did Kimmy say that got you out of pocket, Tisha? I wish you would have told us because, baby, you look crazy a little bit. Anyway, Tisha said, I don't have any kind of friendship, nothing, okay? Tisha said, Destiny, you are very offensive with how you handle me. Your friendship to me is offensive, and I'm going to be offended if you decide to make jokes to shade me, if you say smart shit about me, if you say things and not expect me to catch it. That's when I'm going to get pissed. You eye roll, you make faces. She ain't lying. Destiny do those things when Tisha talks. In fact, the camera has been zooming in on it all season. Destiny's facial expressions has been priceless. Looking off to the side like this bitch lying, rolling her eyes, making head, dipping her head like, bitch, you know better. Like Destiny has been doing that all season. Destiny has been a master class actress when it comes to that shit. I've talked about it. In all my reviews. Like, did y'all see how Destiny tilted her head like Kimmy was a liar? Like Tisha was a liar? What is going on? Well, Tisha tells her in the scene, bitch, I've clocked every time you did it. I might not have said it, but I definitely clocked it. And right now I'm telling you, I don't appreciate it. She called her out. Anyway, I just want to say, Tisha, you also gave Destiny shade coming into the building. You started with shade. You told me this was your listing, bitch. There's a white lady on the damn front of that, in the front of that little outside sign. That's her listing, not yours. This is your first. This is your first open house. Congrats. You gave her the same kind of energy. And Tisha, on God, you also buck your eyes, suck your teeth, roll your eyes, make facial expressions too. You both do it, which is why this scene is so hilarious. I've seen both of y'all do it, but Destiny has been getting her big ones off with you. Destiny has been getting her big ones off with you, baby, but you do the exact same thing, especially when you know that somebody is about to pop off. It excites you. Some of the things, you know, when you're friends with somebody, sometimes you can overlook certain things because you're like, that's just their personality. And that's what you want in a friend. Sometimes I might do some shit that might offend you, but I need you to know my heart, that I didn't really mean it that way. But Tisha will get like bouncy, like, oh, I'm about to see some shit. You know what I'm saying? So you have that same personality that you are accusing Destiny of. You want her to sit there and act like a church mouse, not blink or wink or show her teeth or nothing. But you do the exact same thing. If y'all watch back the season, you do it to each other. You get super excited when you think somebody is falling down and hurting themselves over whatever the situation. I've seen it done. Anyway, Tisha tells Destiny that she is a great friend to her. And no other friend that she's ever had in life has ever said some of the shit that Destiny has said to Tisha or over Tisha. The stuff you're saying to me, none of my other friends has ever told me that. I am a great friend. No, no, this would be proof that you're not necessarily great, because you have to be able to, you know, listen as well as receive. You want to be a good friend, you want to be a good giver, you're also a good receiver. That's just life. I learned that in church. You want to be a good receiver. You expect people to do certain things. You got to be a great giver in those certain things. And right now, the two of you are pissing each other off because you do the exact shit to each other. Okay. Oh, thank you, Miss Stormy Love, for blessing the channel. I appreciate you, girl. But yeah, that's something I learned when I was a kiddo. Okay. You front row of the pew. Yeah, if you want people to give it to you, you gotta be a good giver. Be a good giver, you'll be a good receiver. Okay. Thank you, Miss Stormy. I love you, girl. Anyway, Destiny said, listen, whatever I said to Kimmy, I didn't even think was serious. So the stuff that you're bringing to me right now, Tisha, I don't even know how to receive it. I don't understand why you're mad at me. I didn't do anything that would require all of this. Okay. And she basically tells Tisha, you're the problem. And in confessional, she said, Tisha is all emotion, no logic. And I cannot be going back and forth with a bitch who literally is not logical. This doesn't make sense to me. And she's not telling me what I did to even get here. What am I doing? Also a point. Y'all both were making points. Keep taking the poll at the top of the chat. Now Tisha is really furious because she feels like Destiny doesn't understand where she's coming from. So she said, why does everyone come for me? Okay. So now Tisha got 100 years of social media comments on her head, and she is screaming about it because now all of it is coming back to her. Like, Destiny, I am tired of always playing the fool. Everybody has to make fun of me, make me seem like I'm, not good enough, because that's what it is. Tisha doesn't feel good enough in this moment. You make fun of the way I speak. You make fun of my relationship. You make fun of how I care for X, Y, and Z. You're making fun of my mama. Whoever these things are, all of it is spinning in Tisha's head, and she's putting the entire weight of it on Destiny's shoulders. You were supposed to be different. And you are doing the same shit that the people in the comment section do. That's how she feels about it. How are you different to me when I've been a real friend to you? So now she says to Destiny, I don't do that though, girl. I've never done that to you. She said, remember when your mug shot? Tisha said, remember when your mug shot was all around there? And now Destiny's like, You, because if I could, I would. I promise you, I would tear your ass, tear your little ass up. But Destiny is like, whew, let me count to 10, let me count to 100, let me count sheep, whatever the count, I gotta count them. Because teacher said when your mugshot was circulating, baby, I never made fun of you. I stood up for you. I stood up for you when people were saying nasty shit about you. I said all the nice things, Destiny. I said the nice things. I defended you. And then she tells Destiny, if I'm such a bad friend, I'm going to need you to get a piece of paper and a pencil. And she pointed to the table, like the pencil and paper over there, and write down all the pros and all the cons. Because I promise you, the pros will outweigh the cons, right? And Destiny said, you do the same. You do the same. Write the pros and cons about the type of friend I've been to you, ho. Okay? Thank you, Belicious. I appreciate you for joining the family. Okay, cousin. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Anyway, Tisha said, after she says all that, when Destiny said, I need you to do the same, Destiny hits her, Tisha, don't act like I wasn't a friend to you, ho. Don't act like I wasn't a friend to you, because when word came that Kiki passed away, I was on the phone with you and I beat your ass to your house because I was such a fucking friend. I stayed on the phone with you the entire time until you got there, girl, so that I could be there and sit with you while you were in mourning. So don't pretend like I am not a friend to you. And Tisha said to Destiny, Tisha's response to Destiny was, that was last year. That was some cold shit to say. She said, bitch, that was last year. I'm talking about this year. You ain't been a friend at all to me this year. Tisha, oh my God, that made you seem just a little bit, you know what I'm saying? A little bit like you was walking the petty Betty side, because I was like, girl, that should still hold some weight. That should still hold some weight. But she said, no, that was last year, Destiny. We're talking about now. We're talking about the we got going on now. Destiny was like, oh, girl, I'm not here for this. I'm not here for you, and I'm not here for this. Anyway, Destiny told Tisha that being a friend to her is too much motherfucking work. And Tisha got pissed off the second she heard it, because when have she heard that being a friend to her was too much work before? Every season, damn near, okay? Literally, everybody has given her the being a friend to you is too much work speech. Kimmy has given it and said, baby, if we wasn't family, I wouldn't fuck with you at all, okay? Period. That's what family's all about. Thank you, Calbert. I appreciate you for blessing the channel, baby. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But she said, yeah, I would never. Destiny says it's too much work. Now you done hit Tisha in her little soft, mushy space. Tisha jumped up from that damn seat and them damn high heels. Them heels looked like they were at least 6 inches high. So baby girl was working it when she jumped up out that fucking seat. She said, too much work. I'll tell you what's too much work. Tisha remembered that damn champagne bottle, went over there, grabbed that motherfucker, and she said, baby, I ain't never too much work. How dare you tell me that I'm too much work? Now Destiny is like this, because Destiny's like, are we really ending this friendship, Tisha, over this shit? So Destiny is sitting there with prayer hands, and she was like, Tisha, what do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? I don't even understand how we got here. Why? Right? They're both fussing at each other, but Destiny's trying to calm her down. Just stay here, Tisha. Tell me what's happening. Tisha said, absolutely the fuck not. Okay. If you want to know what you can do, you can stop talking about me behind my motherfucking back. That's what you can do, because I'm done. I'm tired of your bullshit. And then Tisha started heading to that door. Destiny kept grabbing her arm, trying to stop her. Tisha yanked herself up out of there, never slipped once, in them damn long ass pants and them high ass shoes. Okay. She said, absolutely never. Okay. Tisha went outside, still screaming. After Marcel just told your little ass, remember, You have a position on the PTA. You got, community things that you're doing. Tisha stood in front of whoever them people's house was that was trying to sell it. And she said, screaming outside, Destiny, when you get the motherfucking opportunity, go through your phone, ho. Look at all the times that you and I have talked when we weren't even filming. All the things I said to you, all the times I poured into you, all the times I was a real friend to you. Look at that. Okay, and she jumped in that fucking car and she went away. And Destiny was standing there. She said, "You do the same, Tisha. You look at all the shit that I was doing for you, all the things I said about you when people were calling you stupid and unintelligent. Pat, pat, that's still shade, Destiny. That's still shade. That's not making things better. But child, now Destiny's fed up because Destiny's like, you're definitely trying to make it out like when I was down on my luck that you were giving me things. And now I'm telling you, bitch, when people were calling you dumb and stupid, I used to tell people all the time how smart you were. I was in the comments going to bat for you, talking about how smart you were, how intelligent you are. I've defended you the same exact way. Tisha took off in that damn Mercedes Jeep fast as fuck. Okay? And Destiny said, you can stop with all the victimization bullshit with your messy ass, your miserable ass. And that's how it ended. And it was absolutely fascinating. It was an amazing scene. Okay, I'm going to give it, again, 10 out of 10 for me. Y'all take the poll because I'm about to see how y'all feel. Whose side are you on? Okay, whose side are you on? Crown or clown? Whoever gets the most votes will wear the crown for this episode, for this live, and whoever gets the least amount of votes will become the clown by default. So let me get it for y'all. Okay, so I asked y'all whose side were you on, Destiny or Tisha? And 93% of you guys said Destiny wears the crown of the episode, while Tisha only got 7% of the vote, and Tisha is the clown for this episode, okay? Because we are grown and we are not holding these kind of crazy ass grudges, you know what I'm saying? But we are grown and this is what happens. And from what I'm understanding, these ladies are going to get worse. But, on the outside looking in, I could see both of how they got here, and they were both doing the exact same thing to each other. That's what I saw. They just got to a place where they were fed up, and now they crashed. And oof, you know what I'm saying? I hope that they figure it out. You said I voted wrong. You meant to vote for Tisha. Okay, that's okay. That's okay. You said the poll is rigged. Why? Did I say it wrong? Did I say it wrong? You were on Tisha's side. Is that what you're saying? Let's do another vote. In the chat, if you were on Tisha's side, put a 2. If you were on Destiny's side, put a 4. And then we'll see, because I don't always know. Okay. The person who gets the most votes is always going to be the crown. You said that Tisha wears the crown for you. Okay. Okay. All right. Look. 4, 2. There's some 2s for Tisha. Tisha gets a bunch of 2s. 4. Most people are on Destiny's side, even in the live chat. Most people are on Destiny's side, even in the live chat. However, they were really, the reason why they came to blows the way they did is because they're both feeling the exact same way. They both see the exact same things in the other one. And sometimes it just gets on your nerves. You know what I'm saying? You said Tisha's for every one of her friends the same way. As my pastor says, sometimes it's time to part ways. Marceau is going to roll his eyes hard at this one. Yeah, I can't wait to see the reunion. But ladies, Just take a time out. Sometimes you just need to take a time out. That's all. That's all. Anyway, it was a great episode. It was a solid 10 for me. I love how they play this out. The entire season has been amazing. And yeah, I understand there's real moments where things get crazy, but that's why, like I said, you have these moments in friendship. That's why someone is supposed to be there to help you out. And even though Kimmy was the bone carrier that carried that damn bone back to Tisha, Kimmy actually stood up for Tisha in the scene and literally just reminded Destiny, girl, la 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 la. Okay, she gave her the girl la 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 speech. You used to do that too. So it's okay to pipe your ass down and give a person a little bit of grace. That's all. We all should ask for grace. I started this channel telling people I give everybody grace. I used to say all the time, my first video that blew up on this channel was a video about Marcel and Tisha, but people ended up liking me because I gave Melody grace. And then people started hating me because I gave everybody else grace. Everybody gets grace. That's just life. Otherwise, we'd all be in somebody's prison, for Pete's sake. Let's see. I don't like people. You don't like people like Tisha, keeping track of what they do for you. On bad day, they throw it back in your face. Yeah, you could see it all on Destiny's face when she was like, look at my messages when we're not filming and see if I wasn't a friend of you. That's a definite, bitch. How many times have you asked me for something and I've given it to you? That's exactly what that was. That's what it felt like to me. I was just sitting there like, oh no, oh no, oh no. And then Destiny said, well, fuck you. Look at your phone and see all the times people have called you dumb and stupid and how I've taken up for you. Also, not good to say, but I was like, oh Lord, child, that is so funny. Thank you. I appreciate you. Yeah, it was excellent, y'all. It was an excellent episode. I appreciate everybody who comes over to hang out with me, to talk about this show and all the other shows, baby. And I give the same energy for all the shows I review. So y'all should be watching me for all of them. Love and Mirror Tunstall, Real Housewives of Atlanta. What else? Bell Collective, Jackson and Birmingham, all of them. They all get the same energy. I love to, break down, personality types and how people get into it and stuff. Look, Stormy said, I come for the food. You always welcome. Come for the food. Y'all are always amazing, bringing all these beautiful dishes for everybody to come eat because we're family and we're cousins. And sometimes we fall out, but you're always welcome back over here. I don't get shit. Okay, you're always welcome. So just so you know, love you guys to bits. Thank you to let me put this up. Thank you to all of my moderators for coming in and helping out. I saw Kevin in here and also my sister clone. I love you. Thank you. Thank you to all of my members for coming in and having a good time with me today. Y'all, I love to see my members over here. And thank you to the new members, Miss Malicious. Thank you to Miss Stormy Love, Miss Calbert, or Mr. or Mrs. Calbert. I don't know which one. I love you though. And then also Oreo's girl, Monica. Thank you for blessing the channel and everything that y'all do to help keep this channel rolling and operating, okay? I appreciate y'all. Hit the like button, share the video. Follow me on all my platforms at DYANAROZAY. Until the next one, bye-bye.